Hi, everybody. This is Auntie, and I am here to talk about the 1,000 pound sisters. Is Tammy okay? Let's talk about it, shall we? Oh, yes, we shall.
A sweet old auntie. Thank you, subscribers to my nieces and nephews, and all of y'all who have been here through the long haul. Shall we get into it? Oh, yes, we shall. It's time for Auntie Advice. Sweet old. It's time for Auntie Advice. Oh, yeah. It's time for Auntie Advice.
Welcome back, everybody. And this is Auntie, and I am here to talk about Tammy. The last couple of episodes of the 1,000 pound sisters has fans really worried about Tammy, where she is, what's going on, why she been so nasty, and the like. Like, people are really concerned about Tammy. So last week I didn't get an opportunity to come out and talk about the episode with Tammy and um, Amy and the family. We did talk about the episode where they, went over to this father's house, but we did not talk about last week or this week. And so I'm just going to combine the two together just to have a conversation with y'all about what's been going on. So as we all know, Tammy at the beginning of the season started off okay, right? Hold on, let me turn this down. She started off okay. Y'all know this Maisie. Every time I go live, Maisie got that little yawn and stretch she got to do. Please excuse my baby. That's my baby. Um, Tammy, basically has reverted back to that old Tammy that we knew. Hold on, y'all. This is bothering me for some reason. Don't know why, but it is. This looks a little heavy, and I don't like that. So gotta clean that up. Look like I got a daggone mustache. I ain't got that to do. So we saw Tammy finally go out and embark on getting a job. We saw her when she got engaged to her little, well, not engaged to the girl, but the two of them decided that they was gonna move in together with each other, right? So we trying to be happy for Tammy and everything. Amy, of course, is going to be Amying. Her and Tammy, Amy had left out of the father's birthday party after her fiance mentioned that they didn't get the Waverly House. So they all decide that they're going to go to escape room. They escape out of the escape room and all of that kind of stuff. Remember, Chris and them had came over to the house with Amy and basically was trying to get Amy to reconcile with Tammy. At that time, remember, Amy was saying, how many times do I have to forgive her and give her another chance? So, of course, we see Tammy down there, getting her first job at the animal shelter and all of that. So, this week we go into the episode is more about Amy. We see we see Chris and the sister in the car, and they are discussing these text messages that was in a text message group, right? Now, mind you, Chris is taking his wife back and forth to the hospital because she is about to have a surgery. Now we know that this is a whole family at this point who have had weight loss surgery. Brittany says, or Chris said that Britney wants to have a baby, and she believes that getting the weight loss off will help her fertility issue, I guess. And I have heard of that before. Um, so she wants to have it for that reason, and she also does not want to be on insulin because she's saying that she's diabetic and is getting to the point where she's going to be on insulin. And so, in order to head all of that off, she's going to get the weight loss surgery. So Chris wants to, be able to be there for his own wife and stuff like that, going back and forth to appointments and stuff with Dr. Proctor, y'all? But now he got to deal with these sisters. So him and the sister are in the car and they're on their way over to a house. Of course, always on their way over to a house. And guess whose house they're going over to? So they're saying that these text messages was going back and forth. And Chris said, all of a sudden it was 180 text messages in their family group chat. That's why I don't be on family group chats. I don't like them at all because you be in the cousin's business and this person. Dr. Smith, okay, thank you, boom. So we start seeing it. Amy sends this message to Tammy. Man, I woke up with a panic attack about getting bit by an alpaca. What kind of animals are going to be there? So the reason why Amy is asking, I guess Tammy told her she had a job at a shelter, an animal shelter. Amy is alleging that she has PTSD, and I can't understand her possibly like. Well, let me let y'all see my face. Hold on. I couldn't see somebody having such a horrific event at a animal park having a little bit of PTSD. At first I was like, Amy, come on. But then when I thought about it, I have friends who cannot be or cannot come to my home with my animals out from things that have happened to them during their childhood, right? So it's possible to have PTSD. And it was such a bad bite, and she got locked up, like all of that. So she hits her up and she tells her or asks her what kind of animals are at the shelter, right? So Tammy says, "Are you talking about the animal shelter?" Amy says, "I really can't be around big animals. I got PTSD from the camel." Tammy says, "No, Amy, this is Amy. Hold on, let me get them in right order. Do I have them in the right order? I don't think I did." So Tammy says, "Then, bitch, if you don't want to go to the animal shelter, then don't effing go. Grow up. You can go to a effing pet store and get 12 cats, but you can't go to an animal shelter where everything is in cages. You're a effing child. I'm not being immature. I'm trying to be real with you. Yes, I have pets. My animals are not alpacas. I don't force you to do things that hurt you." Tammy said, "Hold on. hold on. The Y'all tell me what that. No, y'all can't tell me. The effing. Shut the F up, B. You're not forcing me to do anything. I don't want to go to your effing wedding. You're a effing deadbeat mom and a effing something, and I'm done with you, B. You're yelling at me for no reason, Tammy. Suck my mother, Amy. I'm so over your bull. You're an immature effing child. You're a effing whore and a something something, and I don't want nothing to do with your effing blippity blippity blip. You're the blippity blippity blip. Miss me with that. You should know because your has been all over, and I wonder, and no wonder you're getting married so fast because who'd up will want to I have had some sibling beefs, but I ain't never seen nothing like this. This was so inappropriate, so disgusting, so disrespectful, so heartless, so brutal, so mean of Tammy to send to Amy. First of all, Tammy, you just got the job. You ain't even learned how to pick up dog poop yet. This is a job. Now, I understand this your first one, but this is unprofessional anyway. If you're at the shelter to work, go there to work. How inappropriate it is for your sister to come showing up on the scene. Get your feet grounded in this place first. Now we saw her when she was at the thrift store with her girlfriend. And they were, going shopping and stuff like that. And they was trying to make it lighthearted. And, she would say, Tammy always spending money. We could stop at a gas station and Tammy has spent some money. Tammy ain't never had no job. But anyway, I digress. Tammy says she's lonely. Even though she's moving in with this girlfriend, she still wants to be connected to Amy, but this is how she talked to her. And so now I understand Amy, even though she ain't right up in the head sometimes either. I understand Amy wanting to cut her off for the rest of her life. And I wouldn't expect Misty. I wouldn't expect any of them to say anything to me about it. Even Misty and Chris, when driving in the car, said that Tammy was out of control. Tammy, at 700 and some odd pounds, was nasty. Tammy has always been nasty. I can go back over video after video after video that I've done on these two. And Tammy has always been nasty towards Amy and other people in the household. Chris' wife decided to go and get weight loss surgery. Chris decides that he's going to have a little shindig down at the house because he told Britney that if she lost the weight, he would do it. Britney comes out of the house to show her weight loss. I'm going to tell you, this is a plain Jane ugly woman. But anyway, She comes out and she has her little outfit on, and they all happy for her and stuff like that. Chris mentions, first of all, Tammy had already went to the house because, of course, we all know she lives next door in the yellow house. She hasn't moved in with the girlfriend yet because they still going back and forth, putting things in the home. She comes over there, and asks Brittany how Brittany's doing. You looking good, woody woody woo. Brittany's on a liquid diet. Chris says he's gonna have something. Chris has something at the house. Brittany comes out and shows her weight loss. Chris says that he told his wife, that if he were to have, she was to get the weight loss surgery. Oh, yeah, I'm tired. That he would celebrate her weight loss with a trip. This is Chris' wife, the one that he said he loves and adores. He can't live without. He decides he wants to have something for his wife. And so Tammy, the nasty that she is, sister says, are we celebrating me? We gonna celebrate me losing weight? No, y'all ain't celebrate me. Wait a minute. The whole family put down everything that they were doing to be out there with Tammy. They left their family, their friends, their home, and everything, and went out there to support Tammy. When Tammy came back home, they had balloons and they celebrated her. Amy didn't, but the rest of them did. Tammy ended up having to move out of Chris' house because she couldn't get along with Britney. Tammy sits there and says everything is about Britney. When Britney is always in the shadows. She's not the star of this show. So while we're looking at Amy having a problem with Tammy losing the weight and getting a little bit more shine, Tammy can't celebrate Britney for getting a little shine. This is the old Tammy that we used to see, y'all, when she was 700 pounds. This is the old Tammy that used to be nasty all the time. This is the same Tammy that finds out during this episode that Amy is not only getting married, has found a venue and picked her girlfriend. She picked her girlfriend to be her maid of honor. And Tammy is mad because Amy didn't choose her. Why would Amy choose her? Every time you turn around, I did some research on it. I don't know what I did with it. I'm going to have to go back and find it. Tammy is the bully. She's the one that's causing the hostile work environment, the hostile living environment, the hostile atmosphere created in her. That's Tammy. She is one nasty woman. And all this time, everybody been rah-rah for Tammy and wanting Tammy to change her life and get that weight off. Year after year after year, we were wanting Tammy to just do something to get the weight off. She was nasty in a wheelchair when they were wheel around. Like Tammy's nasty. But she always had some boy or some man living up in her household, eating her food, smoking his smoke, and using her the whole time, every time. Again, we know that Amy ain't right. But this nastiness that Tammy is showing to her is unbelievable. But yet she says, I want my sister back. Houseway. Houseway. This is Tammy 101. This is the Tammy we've seen for years. And the only reason why Tammy wasn't as nasty in the last couple of years is because she was getting that weight off and she had lost her husband. But even then, she was nasty. It just wasn't. This is the old Tammy from the past. This is the Tammy that made me say, oh, okay, Auntie, she's back. She's back. The things that she said to her sister, she talking down under her sister's skirt and telling her, don't nobody want you. No wonder you getting married so fast. Because everybody, you a pass around girl. Where you sat up there and was with a man that was about 150 years old and had a whole family. Every man that came up in your house won't really feeling for you. They was feeling for that social security check or that disability check that you got. And how much longer you gonna get the disability check? You ain't over 500 pounds anymore. You 180. So stuff about to get real. You probably about to get to work. Unless you can keep your expenses under what you're getting paid by TLC. Because you're no longer disabled, Tammy. She went to her mother's house to show her mother that she had lost weight. She talked about Amy. Every time we turn around, she making a joke about Amy. They had asked her something last weekend. She brought last episode, and she brought up something about the camel incident. But yet, when the girl tell her she got PTSD about it, she called her F&B, all because she doesn't want to go to the volunteer center, and she asks you, right? And here's the thing: people have the right to change their mind. I do believe Amy, with her small-minded ass self, probably really did have PTSD. She probably did wake up. And that's more of the reasons why she needed to stay out these haunted houses. She take her girlfriend down to the flower shop. She get these little old dried out flowers. They was pretty. The girl did a great job. And she, tells her girlfriend she will. But Amy's weird. Amy wants whatever is unpopular because she feels like that gets her more attention. I don't think that Amy really wants a haunted wedding. I think that it's just something to rattle her brothers and sisters and to rattle the people who watch it. Did the family react kind of harsh? Yeah, because they're harsh with Amy, but they're not with Tammy. And it's always been that way. When Tammy can cuss people out, be nasty, do all kinds of stuff. That's just like when her sister, I can't think of her other sister name, when she put her out the house. Put her out. Because she was nasty at the house. Y'all don't remember? Tammy's nasty. Amy is excited about this wedding. Her and her little fiance went for and all of that. He was doing some break dancing. Amy said she could rap, and I don't know what the Amy said out of her mouth. But okay, I digress. She went to They couldn't get to Waverly House, I believe that was the name of it, and so they went to this diner or this inn or hotel or whatever the crap it is, and this is just right up her line. She does that paranoia, what is it called, y'all? Paranoia something, where they was going in there to see whether or not they could, talk to any spirits or interact with any, ghosts from the past and stuff like that. Amy was saying that she felt like when she was sitting on the floor that somebody was digging in her pocket, and Amy's living her life, and Amy made a decision not to make Tammy a bridesmaid or maid of honor for her wedding based on how the girl been treating her. And Amy made a very good point. And y'all know I don't hardly ever be on Amy's or see things Amy's way, because I think that Amy, sometimes can be really cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But this time, I'm sorry, I got to agree with Amy. It's her wedding. And if she does not want Tammy to be in it, the family should not be shocked and horror. You know why? Because they sit there, right? They sit there and they make excuses for Tammy's piss poor behavior, and they shouldn't. God. They make excuses. Paranoia, thank you. Paranormal. Okay, thank you, boo. Thank you. Thank y'all. What y'all say? Y'all get that together. Y'all said, get that together, Auntie. Paranormal. Thank you. Y'all said, Auntie, you. Y'all a mess. This was the most. This really shows how the family, in my humble opinion, have baby Tammy and have seen her disrespect for not only herself but for others. They've made it normal. It's acceptable for Tammy to act like this. When she sat there and did not want Britney to be celebrated, but wanted to make this about her, I said, this is who Tammy has always been. To call your sister a whore, to say the things that she said, but feel like you privileged. Chris said, I think it's something going on with her hormones. Maybe it is. But it would be something going on with her eye, her front tooth in her mouth. Like it would be, she would have a couple of issues and ailments. Because can nobody, and shouldn't anyone, have to go through that type of verbal A to be a sister to Tammy? I think Amy should cut her off. I think Amy should completely cut her off, because there's some things you cannot come back and apologize for. You just ain't gonna be able to do it. You're just not. Y'all let me know what y'all think downtown in the comment section. Um, because I know I can't be the only one feeling like this. Fans are really concerned about why Tammy is reverting back, especially when this should be the happiest time of Tammy's life, to be, basically engaged almost and moving in with her girlfriend. She's found love on a two-way street, because the other one, she lost it on a lonely highway. But this behavior, and I don't remember neither Chris nor Misty really digging in Tammy butt about how she talked to Amy. But if this had been the opposite and Amy had done this to Tammy, they would have been sitting at her house. They would have. I think that it's becoming apparent that everything Amy say isn't a lie. Some of it got some truth behind it. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think downtown in the comment section. Until next week, y'all be safe in the street and in the water. Bye, y'all.